Welcome back to the adventures of everybody's favourite Scardanus, Zapaeryan here, and we've had the event, the coin flip event, whereby our son is determined whether or not he's mad, or whether he's genius, and unfortunately, or I should say brilliant rather than genius, but our kid is unfortunately mad, which is a little bit of a pain in the ass. I can only assume then, the coin flip event removes any exceptionally good, mental trait when they're born. So this kid, as we saw, was born attractive genius, or one of the other ones was born attractive genius, and then genius disappeared so that this event can fire. In hindsight, this event seems to be a massive pain in the ass, because not only have we lost genius on multiple characters, they are also getting worse traits. Well, paranoid isn't bad, don't get me wrong, but obviously we would prefer genius. It doesn't seem worth the cost. But hey, I guess that's part of the gameplay. It's going to make it much harder for ourselves, but that's probably a good thing, considering how easy some of the other campaigns have been. This child seems mad. Mad Bob Zapaeryan, classic. Well, we wanted to become a steward. Ideally, so we could find a bank with this kid. Intrigue +2, diplomacy -1. It's not terrible, but it's not fantastic either. I mean, diplomacy, specifically paranoid, I should say, makes it very difficult for you to be assassinated. So losing some of the diplomacy kind of makes up for it. Right, you, Lady de Heracerasis, my wife, gets absolutely nothing. So what have I done? Well, basically I've just played through for a couple of years here, not doing anything at all, but waiting for the colony on Gozai, Velos, and what was the other one? Elos as well, to finally be finished. I actually haven't checked up on them besides clearing off the event. So the colony on Gozai hasn't even begun production, probably something to do with the fact that we enslaved the natives. We do have our steward overseeing construction though, don't we? It's very rare that after all this time, even with the steward overseeing construction, that nothing would have happened, seeing as both Velos has, oh shit, Elos as well, both of them have developed into an actual province, an actual inhabited province that can support troops and taxes. We're now up to 12,500 men, which is obviously massive, because it means we can do anything. We can do slave raids, we can go to actual war, whereas before we were quite behind everybody else on troop count, to be honest with you. Not only that, but I have had my, hence why we've got very little gold, but I have had my diplomat, my justiciar, in Mantaris fabricating claims, and we actually managed to get a claim on the High Lordship of Mantaris and the province of Mantaris. A little bit annoying. We weren't as lucky as we got with Tolos getting the whole thing in the first go, but we did manage to get them both there as well. So a little extra gold, but we did get it nonetheless. So let's take a look at their troop count, and I would like this episode to actually, for us, to come out swinging here, because we've had a couple of episodes really sitting on our laurels a little bit. Resting on our laurels, I think is the expression. 7,900 men versus our mighty 12,000 men. And he also has Infirm. So he's obviously a terrible leader. In these trying times, I feel like Tolos would be much better if it was unified with Lord Aenus the Scarred's Elyria. Is it worth it? I mean, yeah, I think it probably is. I don't see how we could lose this, seeing as we've got superior troop count, and the guy's Infirm, and we're, leading our own troops, and the AI is famously pretty terrible at that. Not only that, but we apparently have 180 boats in Elyria proper. I mentioned this last episode, but having enough boats to carry such a massive amount of troops from our capital is kind of rare. We haven't had that in any of the other series, mainly because all the series we've been on, like a coastal province. Every single time I've had to set a rally point for all the other boats in the Empire to come and pick up our main troops. This time, we got very, very lucky, because we've got that eastern shipyard, I believe, in the capital, giving us the extra 100 galleys. A little bit OP if you ask me, but hey. Right, let's do it. Okay, they are... Why are they doing that? They're dropping troops off in Elyria, so if we're quick, they drop 500 troops off in Elyria. Yeah, of course, why not? So we have to invest another 125 gold into Gozai here to rebuild the roads. Sure. So now that we've got less colonies, I can only assume that we get more events centered around Gozai, just as a result of us obviously having less overall. Let's wait for those troops to land, and then when they have landed, move our troops in and kill them all dead. They're only moving a very small amount either time. Very weird. My lord, we've had word from Salik that the negotiations have been taking place between Karkash and Salik. Oh, weird. So, some of the territories of Topbog Spoff in Karth that have fractured have actually started to reform. So you see here, these two have taken over. I don't know where Salik is, but anyway. Fairly interesting that these boys have started to reform under a new sort of Karth. Karth, though, still owned by the Spoff dynasty there. That's really funny. I can't believe they survived this long. Alright, team. This should be a fairly easy war, I think, because for some reason they dropped off like a handful of troops at our capital. More slaves for us to sell, thank you very much. And ideally with the next character, I'd really like to find a bank and see what mechanics are added by that, right? Because it's sort of touted as one of the big features of the latest version of Crusader, the latest version of the Game of Thrones mod for Holy Fury, but I've not actually seen it myself, and I have no idea what it entails. So hopefully, it's worth us saving up for, you know, across the course of 2 characters. If it's not that good, it'd be a massive, like, waste of time and disappointment, but hey, we might as well see. Do I want to give him a warrant? Do I want to give him the lordship of... No, you don't. No, I own nothing. Nothing for you, my friend. The prosperity of Elyria has attracted a number of scholars. This is pretty good. So Scholars Foundation in the base game normally gives technology points, but because there are no tech points in this, then we can get, for 71 gold, an extra 12.5% city tax. That's only on Elyria proper, isn't it? Is Elyria a 6-province holding? Oh, it's only... Whoa, Christ. Is that really worth it? 12.5% extra tax per year is not going to be very much at all. I mean, it's going to be just around 4 gold. We're spending 71 gold. That's going to be like... what, 15, 17 years to pay that off? Definitely not worth it. I'm going to do it anyway, though, because why the hell not? Now, in theory, these events, well, like I said last episode, these are normally infinite, but, yeah, these expire now. Man, it's definitely not worth it in that case. I should have stuck to my guns. Well, the boy Bob, terrible name. The boy Bob, even though he, oh my god, Idolizer? Seriously? This kid is shit. Like, he's genuinely terrible. And we've had, what, like 7 other friggin' daughters, or 7 kids, 6 of which are daughters. My god, well, at least we've got Tolos, so we've got that going for us, which is nice, especially as we were just about to go into debt, because it's, turns out, raising 181 boats is fairly expensive. Right, get the hell out of here, team. Put these troops down as quick as possible. Now, the downside to what we just did is that this boy is still our landed vassal, same with his other vassal is also our landed vassal. They're Tolosi, so we haven't got a cultural difference, or we do have a cultural difference, but we don't count as a foreigner or anything like that. The issue is the Valyrian gods versus the Eastern gods, which I believe our group is here. However, the Valyrian do get a bonus opinion for being like a syncretic religion. Of all the religions to vassalize, that's definitely one of the better ones. And what has he got here? Unfunny church. What does that mean? I have no idea. Anyway, we're doing pretty well for ourselves. We've grabbed... Honestly, we've got the majority of North... Well, we don't have the majority. We have, like, what, 40-something% now? Let's take a look here. I mean, we do have claims on the majority of it, though, which is exactly why we're going to go for it in a second. 46%, yeah, so just under the majority there. Right, okay. So... get ourselves a new priest. You get to work proselytizing basically this entire isle, because of course we are the only ones. Oh shit, our capital isn't even... Really, our capital isn't even R'hllor. God damn it. Okay, fine. That's okay, nothing to worry about. Mantaris have 11,000 troops, so we're going to have to wait a while before we can successfully invade. Oh god. These coin flips event, definitely not worth it. In hindsight, would have definitely not taken this. This seems like a terrible idea. And luckily for us, Lord Maelanar of Tolos, the previous ruler, is plotting against us here. So, on the Valyrian mainland, they are more prone to mutations and things like that, because it's basically corrupted and supposedly cursed. This dude, Hunchback Mantaris, you'll see it a lot, with them having, like, weird effects, being malformed. Fortunately for these dudes, I wonder if it's like a coin flip event. Yeah, none of these boys have it. It's only Tolos. Weird. Anyway, let's go ahead and deal with him, because if he rebels, we can imprison him. So, ideally, we do want him to rebel. 38% chance. Of course, we would succeed. Okay, I thought we'd fuck that one up then. Oh wow, okay, that's very lucky. The workshops of Elyria have a need for large numbers of workers. We can try and convert. Oh man, Elyria becomes R'hllor and Elyria becomes High Valyrian. I didn't realize it was a cultural and religious conversion. That's cool. 68 gold, obviously worth it. Downside is we're in the middle of a war here, so probably not the best time to be dumping in a shit ton of gold into other conversions. But that's fine. Right, go and drop these troops off. This should take no time at all. It is our province now. The downside to the war we were fighting last time was that we didn't have the supply for it, but now it's our province. We can just sit here and whittle them away over a long period of time. Oh god, okay, here we go. The legendary Land of Chaos, also known as the Bane of Sanity and the Child of Madness, lived hundreds of years ago as the ruler of Lang, was the Hand of Chaos who unsealed the ruins under the Old Ones and unleashed their fury upon the island. So what has happened now? Lang has turned into... Okay, so the Lang is still a ruin, unsurprisingly. That must be the last of Lang. Yeah, so the last of Lang there has completely converted to a ruin. And, oh shit, it spread to the mainland. Karu Zishan, apparently, is also a ruin now. There is a ruin in... Oh yeah, it must be this one. Jinghu that starts off as a ruin, but that's... Oh, man. And Ashabad? Wait, the capital. Holy shit. That's really odd. Huh. Oh, they haven't got it in Asshai. That's something else. That's bloody flux. Not quite as bad as the Scourge. Man, what is going on, Topbog? What have you done? Bob says his favourite toy is missing. Paranoid Bob. Fussy is pretty good for an administrator. My god, he's got such high intrigue. 8-year-old boy, 8 intrigue. That's crazy. Okay, Fussy is fine. Fussy is sort of what we want here for... What are the best ones? Is it Curious and... I actually don't remember for the thrift education or for the stewardship education there. Hey, welcome. Right, that's good. So now I think we actually have means to revoke this. Nice, sweet. That worked out really, really well. Because now we don't have to worry about traitors kicking around. If we could do the same with this dude, that would be pretty incredible. But this guy actually kind of likes us a lot. Improved relations. Desires the High Lordship of Tolos, don't we all? Foreign religion -20. But besides that, he's fine with us. Again, we don't have that foreigner malice with them. So this is working out pretty goddamn well. Right, put these troops down. Mantaris is next on the chopping block. 11,000 men versus 8,500 men. A little more waiting. A little more sitting around. We are almost 40 as well. We've also got depressed, so we might not last much longer, to be honest with you, because he's had it all his life. It's -1 health. When did he die? 39. Yeah, his father died at 39, so it's not looking good for Lord Aenus here. Okay, I thought I'd clear out the prison very quickly just so we could make ourselves a little bit of gold. Now, ideally, buying the next level of slave camp, or even, like I said, we've got enough troops now to probably just go out and raid somewhere. Let's take a look at, like, what about you boys? How many have you got? 9,400 men. So I feel like Pharos and the sort of surrounding islands seem like a very, very good target. Volantis also very weak right now. Valasar have basically taken all the promises, so the Associ Valyrians are being pushed out in favor of the native Volantine Associ culture. So we are truly one of the last Valyrian sort of rulers here in Essos. So you have 11,000 troops. That's a real shame, because I'd like to have raided you. What about you? 4,000 troops there. Lord Aereo of Stellaris, Associ Valyrian. We can slave raid him too. Oh, wait, no, we can't, because he's our culture, isn't he? Yeah, Target Province is not the same culture group. God damn it. Okay, I thought that was too good to be true. What is going on here? The Iron Throne has moved into... The Iron Throne has vassalized Lys, or Lice. I don't know how you say it. Either way, that's pretty weird. King Atheon the Gallant with his blue hair. Of course, why the hell not? I don't like that this event is now scaled to your wealth, so I used to always pick this. I mean, I can kind of understand it. I was just about to say when playing as tribal, you'd always go business focused, because 100 gold when you're tribal is obviously massive. That was like 1,000 times your monthly income or something like that. So, for us, I am going to go for this one. We still gain the prestige, but I'm hoping that the next part of the event, where if you're caught, that is also scaled. I doubt it will be. It's fucking paradox. Hey, that's working out pretty well, though. So, what do we want to do? Do we want to save up the gold and actually move on Anagario, Draconis, and the Howling Bogs? I mean, Volantis are acting like a nice buffer here, and they're obviously not going to be able to colonize anytime soon, so might be worth going somewhere else. Oh, Yunkai have stolen Borash, which is part of North Valyria. Seriously? You're not allowed that. We're going to have to go to war with Yunkai as well. 17,000 men. Not in a hurry, we're not. So, Gale Zapaeryan, I don't think I named any of the daughters, did I? We can spend 42 gold to give her +4 landing, and she's come out incredibly well. So this would be... Oh, that's nice. This would be good to marry her off to our next character. Although I guess we don't really care so much about Quick anymore. That's a little bit annoying. She might be good to marry off to our son nonetheless. So obviously stewardship education for you as well. How's Bob doing? Idolizer, fussy, paranoid, 10 intrigue. Oh my god. Stewardship is one of his lowest stats. Well, it's his... Yeah, I mean, it is one of his lowest stats. Your treasurer comes to see you one afternoon. She explains that she's devised a plan to bring in exotic goods. Of course, right. I'm going to go for the more risky route, mainly because it very rarely fails. Do we have a high enough... Of course, we've got a high enough diplomacy. What am I talking about? Do we have a high enough diplomacy, I was going to say, to be able to get us through this event and take the priest along for the extra gold? We actually do. So there we go. We can get past that step by using a high diplomacy skill. Now, I'm pretty sure the other events require things like Gregarious. Where are we going, anyway? High Chancellor Shusuen the Scarred of Zin. So one of Sea Green Emperor Samarkand Spoff's vassals there. Interesting. Okay, dozen strong horses for you. 30 gold is fine. Hey, high learning means we get past that one. Now, yeah, so for this one, I think we need Gregarious. Otherwise, it won't work. So this must be stopped. This will be a profitable agreement. So we didn't get the best outcome, where we become his friend, but we did get 175 gold, 150 prestige, and then a trade route. +2 stewardship. Again, not going to be enough to be able to fail the bank. It is 16 stewardship for the bank there, which is a little bit annoying. Unless we get some, what could we get? Get, like, patient, diligent. Maybe if we went for the theology focus, ironically, we might be able to get enough stewardship. It seems a bit pointless. Designated regent. Sure, why the hell not? And do we want to give 51 gold to our wife? Of course we don't. What a silly question, game. This sounds like we're about to die. Is it just me? I was fed up with the courtier's constant nagging about a decrepit bridge in need of fixing, and I decided to inspect it myself. Show me the bridge. If I had not trusted Faye Yolana, I would not be alive. I was hanging from the broken edge of the bridge with my one hand, and the other was firmly held by Faye Yolana. The bridge was about to break when she told me to let go of the bridge, and as I did, she pulled me up onto the bridge, and that saved me. Thank the holy fire for her. What a weird event. Holy shit. Was that an assassination attempt? I have no idea. We should probably keep an eye on our plots then. I mean, we are trusting. You know what? Oh, we're already scheming. Shit. You're also terrible, though. Right, you're fired. My daughter. Oh, oh, man, she would make a better steward, eh? Oh, she'd make a better Castellan. Oh, women can't be Castellan. That doesn't seem right. Fine. We need to go and find ourselves a better spy master, because honestly, I'm not entirely confident that wasn't a murder attempt. Right. 18. He's a Roinar, so he might not like us too much. You know what? Welcome aboard. I can just send him a bunch of gold. There we go. 100 opinion, because I sent him a gift and made him also my bodyguard as well, which seems fair if he's also your spy master. That seems pretty appropriate. So let's get him scheming, and hopefully we can uncover whatever the hell that was, if it was. Again, I'm not entirely sure that it was, but I'd rather be safe than sorry at this stage. Nice, we were able to convert Tolos to a law. That's sweet. Okay, so we want to... I figure we might as well focus on the mainland first, seeing as we're already going to have problems with these provinces, you know, having vassals there, things like that. So making sure these are converted is probably better, seeing as the colonies are directly our control anyway. So Elyrian Valyrian, that one's Kiskari Harpy. I should probably focus on Gozai, but also, I mean, Gozai's kind of fucked right now. Religious unrest, famine, natives enslaved, colony. We should focus our efforts there, but I feel like they're guaranteed to rise up anyway, so who really cares? Let's try and get the mainland reunified under our new religion. So, let's take a look at the religion map mode on the subject of that. So, R'hllor is the red one, unsurprisingly, and then Valyrian is that sort of grey colour. So, let's move you to... I guess we go to the Black Cliffs next and try and convert... Like I said, mainland seems more appropriate. Mantaris, under Lord Visigal of Mantaris, has 7,500 men. We have 11,000. I feel like now's the time to seize it. Mainly because, like I said, we're 40, we're depressed. Might not be willing to risk it any longer, to be honest with you. Press or claim, so that's going to give us both the County of Mantaris and the High Lordship as well. So we're vassalizing this dude and this dude, both of which are Valyrian and, you know, Valyrian gods, so they don't hate us too much. Or they shouldn't hate us too much. My god, our domain size is 25,000 men now. We actually could go to war with Yunkai, because what did they have, like 17k? He should have... Oh, no, he should have slightly more than us. He should have 28,000 men there. Even so, if we catch it well, if we get some events, if we have our... have our marshal, for example, training troops, we could potentially get up to the same levy size and match them, right? Everybody, get on the board. Get on the board. Get on the boat. Don't get on the board. Let's get you boys over from here. And then we'll just land in Tolos, I guess, and sort of mount our attack from there. My sister wife, Dehe Cerasis, has recently been letting us have go as late. What was once a graceful and delicate woman has slowly become an undignified and hefty glutton. Listen here, heifer. She has as well, fat. Okay, I need to warn her as politely as I can, or I can say, stop suffering yourself, you pig. That sounds a bit more appropriate. Fine, we'll go for that one. There we go. She's taken my advice and gone into a diet. Excellent, that's worked out very well. Well done, team. Turns out, apparently, negging isn't always the answer. Right, you boys get on the boats. Hey, pause. Right, you boys get on the boats. Let's see what we can do with these ones here. And then, hopefully, we should be able to form the kingdom of North Valyria. Those are Vent-spawn troops. Did I see that right? Whoops. Oh, never mind too much. Right, merge together, team. Alex, welcome. Anus, welcome. Every time. Barkello, go and just smash the capital. Are they going to try and land... Right, they're at war with someone else. No, where the hell did they just send those boats off to, then? Oh, they're coming back now. They sent 700 men to go land on our capital. Right, and not taking any attrition here, so we've basically got this one in the bag. Under my guidance, my young son, Bob, is slowly mastering the art of swordsmanship and, evidently nothing else. Idolizer, fussy, abomination of incest. Oh, God. Timid as well. This is not ideal at all, is it? Right, can we force him to train? How frequently can we do that? So it's whenever we've... Oh, it's because we're not commander. Right, I see. So it's once a year, basically. We can... we can train a child... once a year, and then the child can receive training once every 4 years. So if you've got multiple children, you can go and train them individually. I don't remember how it works, but we will be doing that as much as possible. Then the other thing we want to do is make sure that our court physician is serving court there, because she will randomly educate the child in, well, basically boost its learning. And then if we have you train children as well, they don't really like him, though. 2.8% chance yearly of increasing the combat of the child. Why? Is he just a... Oh, he doesn't have any fighting skill. So what you need to do to actually improve the chance of that is find someone who's like a master fighter or something like that. Let's take a look here. Marshal, who have we got? So this boy's skilled fighter. Are there any, like... What's the highest? I think it's formidable fighter is the highest. Got skilled fighter there, skilled fighter, skilled fighter. I don't think we're going to find anyone. I'm going to go formidable. See, I'm not actually sure it is formidable, so let's reset everything. Formidable. Okay, it is formidable, and there's no one of that who wants to join us. So we go for skilled. We want skilled with the highest martial, because being a formidable fighter doesn't mean they're going to be great at leading troops. This guy, though, holy shit, this Tyroshi dude, skilled fighter. Not only that, but he's also got incredibly good traits as well, so welcome aboard. Invite to court, welcome, you'll be useful. You know what, a lot of these guys are useful, eh? Let's just invite them all along. Yeah, well, come to court. I'm sorry, Mariana Velos, you are fired. Let's go for Ruffo. Not only is he stronger, but he is also probably going to be 15.69% chance. That's so much better. We definitely can't miss up on that chance, because when you're older, it's much, much harder to be educated in combat. You have to specifically pick an ambition, or I believe, like, the hunting focus. So let's not do that one. Enslaved natives of Gozai. Can we do that again, really, so soon? We haven't even lost our last... So we can just do that. I guess it's on cooldown, is it? Oh, yeah, look at that. So it's 20 years. Oh, absolutely. Of course we're going to do that. Yeah, because then we get another slave level in our capital. I mean, honestly, fuck Gozai. If it's just a permanent slave camp, that's fine by me, because it's making the actual province of Elyria so much more powerful. We've got this one in the bag. You guys might as well leave. Yeah, no, they can't see... Remember what I said earlier? I was wrong. I was completely wrong. They've taken Elyria. But now we're going to have to go to war with Volantis. Luckily, it's Volantis, not Balasar, the much stronger incarnation. Yeah, that's the word. Incarnation of Volantis there. Man, that's annoying. Holy shit. It's going to have to be war. It's going to have to be all-out war with them, and they're volunteering as well, so not even Valyrian. You traitors. There we go. Problem solved. Got him in the siege there, and boom. Right, so we have now... Oh, shit, we vassalized him. Oh, because he was the previous High Lord who usurped this one. Now what we could do, can we revoke that? No, because we have a truce with him and he hasn't actually done anything wrong. Let's ransom them all off then, temporarily. And then hopefully he'll just plot against us, at which point, you know, we can deal... Wait, what? Who's he imprisoned by? Lord Aix of the Black Cliffs. Can we... Oh, I mean, that's his prerogative then. It's down to our vassal. I mean, they must have some other dispute going on there. Troops down. Hey, look at that. That seems like a... Oh my god. Daco. We're protected from them, though, aren't we? Yeah, look at that. We've got a mountain range, luckily cutting us off from the Dothraki. The only provinces, unfortunately, are Anagaria and Draconis, the ones we need there. But, Kingdom of North Valyria. There we go. Holy shit, he's done it. Oh, nice. Look at that. Your achievement in founding the Kingdom of North Valyria means the respective bloodline of... Oh, the bloodline of House Zapaeryan is now highly respected. Cool. House Zapaeryan is now considered a traditional great house of the region. So what that means is anybody of the Zapaeryan house will get claims on our province. Kind of a double-edged sword, because it means if we do ever lose it to a vassal revolt or whatever, we can take it back, but it also means other members of our family, generally more likely to go on adventure or threats, things like that. We are the rightful kings of North Valyria. Absolutely we are. The last surviving Valyria, I should point out. No more shall there be Elyria. It's a shame the colour is identical to Anagaria there. God damn it. Okay, fine. You know what? That's cool. Let's check out bloodlines. Hey, there we go. Zapaeryan bloodline. Valyrian opinion +2. Valyrian opinion? Is that Valyrian culture, do you think? Well, there's one way to test it. We find someone who is Valyrian culture, but not Valyrian religion, like my son, for example. Zapaeryan bloodline +2. Yeah, it must be Valyrian culture. That would make sense as well. That's cool. So... in the Game of Thrones world, the way it works is that the heir to the main title generally gets given a secondary seat. So for the Iron Throne, it's Dragonstone, which is where Stannis lived until, you know, obviously Robert's family were born. So the sort of second in line, or the reserve king, essentially gets given a second title. We can actually designate Mantaris as the traditional heir title of our dynasty. So our heir will always have, or our second in line will always have Mantaris, for example. I think we'll do that. But the issue is it does make my son now a landed character within our realm. As long as we remain his guardian, I don't really give that much of a shit. Dark Age Shadow Dragonlord did not like that, because we should have given it to him, in theory. What does he want? He wants to arrange betrothal between my daughter and him. I mean, that's fine. I was going to suggest that anyway, but I think we want to play as him, and then have him seduce all of the daughters, if that makes sense, so we can take them all as concubines, because... I don't know why I have to explain it. It's CK2, you know how this works. Oh god, is this where the burning carries on? Following the Lord of Light's will is more important than anything else. I've gained the Zealous trait, so that does give us an increased chance, I believe, of becoming a Azor Ahai Reborn. I don't think this guy would get it. I think you have to be like a pretty powerful warrior. You have to have, you know, be quite the Zealot as well. Maybe spend all your life as a theologian. Fire obsessed, things like that generally tend to influence that. But if we could get that before the campaign, that'd be very, very cool. That's sort of like the equivalent of becoming Dragonborn in the Elder Kings. It's basically like someone who's chosen by the gods. So that would be very, very cool to grab that one. My courtier Noho... Sorry? Oh, I don't care. Marry as you please. Why are you interrupting the king with that? I don't know. I never understood that event. I don't know why we've got that. One thing I did want to talk about, though... No, get out. I heard nothing. One thing I did want to say is we can now construct a flagship because we are a kingdom, right? So we might as well do that. And I think we should build ourselves the biggest flagship we've got going on right now. An enormous flagship befitting the Zapaeryan fleet. Gain +1 martial, 150 prestige, 0.5 month prestige. Look, it's a stat buff. It's quite an expensive one, but it is a minor stat buff nonetheless. Prince Bob. Could you get any fucking worse? Arbitrary. It's the strap for him. No, Craven. Oh, we got patient, though. To be fair, did get patient. 6 stewardship. Second lowest stat. Thank God for that. Wait. Yeah, second lowest stat. Marshall is also terrible. Forced to train? Can we do that one? Forced to train. Oh my god, is it because he's the landed character? Well, note to self, probably shouldn't have done what we did there with him. Man, I didn't realise we would lose that ability. I think it's just any male courtier you can force to train. Well, that's shit. So this character is basically going to come out terrible. It's going to be up to us when we play as him to try and fix everything that's broken here. Patient, don't get me wrong, good. Paranoid is fairly good as well. Craven is terrible. Idolizer could become Erudite or Zealous, both of which would let us into... in fact, Erudite would let us into the Citadel, so that'd be pretty fun. Besides that, though, not ideal. Kosomo Zalny has informed you that the new flagship for the North Valyrian fleet is complete. Welcome. Okay, what are we going to name this boy? Man, that's difficult. I'll select my own name. Enormous Flagship is a terrible name for the Enormous Flagship. What about... How about a callback to something that we haven't had for a while? What about Steve the Dragon? That's a great callback. I was going to call it Silver Piggy, but I realised we've had a Silver Piggy quite recently in one of the series. So, you know what? Steve the Dragon, welcome back to the Game of Thrones series after these many, many months of your absence. You, my friend, get nothing. There should just be a permanent button that says, don't ever bother me about this ever again, because no one's going to get anything. Oh, for the love of God. Bob. He's so bad. Now he's going to get Shy as well. Shy and Craven, I suppose, kind of makes sense. I mean, 10% chance of getting Shy, or 50-50 Shy Humble with 1 learning. Oh, thank God. Okay, he got Humble. That's fine. Does Humble give anything relevant? Just piety? We could turn him into a good character. Don't get me wrong. He's quite close to being a fairly alright character. It's a real shame he lost the... Oh, we're apparently not authoritative anymore. It's a real shame he lost that genius trait. Otherwise, he would be legitimately good. Oh, shit. Kind or Zealous? Okay, now this is stepped him up really from a 4 out of 10 character to sort of a 6, 7 out of 10. Zealous or Kind? Chance of him becoming Kind or guarantee Zealous? Well, obviously we're going to guarantee Zealous. He's a competent steward. Great. We've ended up with a character who has less stewardship than the character who wasn't educated in stewardship. I guess we're not getting any friggin' bank. God damn it. But there is a chance, though, you can upgrade your... It's much easier. Stewardship is actually one of the easiest educations to level it up to becoming Midas Touch. So if we take the business focus for a few 100,000 years, maybe there's a chance this guy won't be complete shit. A large number of people from a religious minority have petitioned you for permission to settle in Elyria. 106 gold. Is this going to be a temporary thing, though? Or we can gain 200 piety? I mean, some are temporary, some aren't. So I feel like I've just got to test each one out. Because the Scholars Foundation, temporary. Glorious Monument, permanent. Regimental Grounds, temporary. Maybe this will be another permanent one. Let's give it a go. Minority Settlement expires. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Why do I waste my money with this? Oh, God. What? The Spoffs are falling apart here. What has happened to you? Sea Green Emperor Samarkand Spoff, what has happened? King Agnes, after listening to the advice of a group of my bannermen led by Lord Zuanisha of Ashabad... Asabahad? Oh, well. I hereby release the High Lordship of Asabahad and other realms from my person. What would Topbog spec? What would he say to this? 185, my God. I see. Yeah, I see that you're giving away your father's realm. Look at his stats. 22319. There's no wonder people don't want to be your bannerman. Aha, here we go. Oh my God, what is this? Sacrificial burning as an offering to the Lord of Light would gain me much favour with him according to the Red Priest, though the unbelievers I rule would not like it. Sacrifice the unbeliever Lyanna, gaining 10% chance of getting fire obsessed. We gain 0.25 sacrifices to R'hllor. Sacrifice some commoners from the dungeon, at which point we get 4% revolt risk, minus 10% tax and levy size, 50 piety. This does not count as a sacrifice to R'hllor. Gain the trait fire obsessed, or 10% chance of. We can have the Temple of Tolos burnt to the ground. Tolos getting burned for R'hllor. Levy size 50%. Local tax modifier 50%. Levy reinforcement rate 50%. 100 piety. 2 sacrifices to R'hllor. That's pretty impressed. And plus 10%. Tolos. We gain the Temple of Tolos. That doesn't make any sense. I guess it's because we're burning it down. What do you think? Do we burn one woman or do we burn... obviously, we've got to burn the Temple of Tolos down to the ground. The fire. It's so beautiful. So captivating. Its power consumes me. I'm fire obsessed. What a shocker. Following in his father's footsteps, the madness is really setting in. I love this fire-obsessed dynasty we're building here. This is so cool. Right, Temple of Tolos, we have torched it down. Fair enough. So if we go ahead and set a new vassal, that should become Valyrian. Or sorry, R'hllor. They've sort of taken the Valyrian away from it. Burn for R'hllor. You know what? Are you fine with that? Are you all good with this? You're not too mad? Too many Helldive lordships? Oh, I never even considered that. Yeah, we should probably deal with that. So I locked up Red Priest Mayrus for being part of a plot, and apparently that gave me Tyranny, which doesn't seem entirely fair, seeing as he was a scheming shit. But it also gave us some fear points as well, so I feel like that balances it out. Yeah, you get nothing. We've been over this a million times. Can I now ransom him off for profit? No. Sacrifice? Burn him? Burn him. Tyranny increases by 10, fear by 10. Burn him. Burn. Oh, we actually can burn him as well. That's incredible. Nice. So now that we're fire obsessed, I mean, he's a priest of R'hllor. He should be into this, right? He was also fire obsessed. You're fine. He'll get off on it. His talents will be useful here. Hello, Fendal. Welcome. And now, Fendal, I'm sorry. Wait, Fendal, I'm sorry. Oh, shit. I was going to say, I was going to burn him and offer him to R'hllor. Apparently that's tyrannical. Who would think it? Jesus, he's actually pretty good. Formidable fighter, brilliant commander, heavy infantry, cavalry, and leads from the rear. I bet he does. Well, I did want to burn him, but I guess not. But we've got 430 gold, so I think... what do we think? Do we think Anageria or Draconis? Well, Draconis sounds a little more Valyrian. It's also got a trade route running for it, so that would be a much better province overall to colonize. I'll be taking that one. Thank you very much. And let's stop Volantis getting out of hand. Luckily, that massive Dothraki Doom stack we had above us has split up into the Dothraki checkered flag. So that's fine. We don't have to worry about them coming in too much and stomping us into the ground. Give away the Temple of Draconis, give away the actual city of Draconis, and we will hold Draconis proper. 5 out of 6 stewardship? Really? Why? We haven't gained any stewardship. We can just... Oh, because we're a king now, of course. Spread of the Scourge. Your Grace, we have had disturbing news from the east. The deadly Scourge that has begun to spread from the accursed island of Leng. For now, it's only the Golden Empire of Yeti that's infected, but the number of infected provinces are increasing every day. We're on a time limit, essentially, is what they're saying here. Topbog seems to have lost, or I should say Topbog's descendants. Look at that weird frame. Noble oligarchy. Interesting. Topbog's realm is falling apart, let's be honest. In the hands of Sea Green Emperor Satmakan, his idiot son... The realm was falling apart. His 9-year-old son is a better ruler. His 9-year-old grandson, I should say, is a better ruler. It's Topbog's great-great-grandson. The... Oh, what is this? Yin has fallen now? Let's take a look at the actual epidemics map mode, if I can find the goddamn button. Yeah, no, Yin is falling apart. I don't think these boys are in it for the long run. I think we really need to start picking up some speed. Because that's going to take no time. If it's already here, it spreads up through Karth, round the corner, and then we're doomed. Your Grace, I've been instructing young Bob in the ways of the sword and lance as requested. Okay, so he's actually fairly, oh my god, dishonourable. Bob, poor military ruler, fabulous feast, blood of Elyria. Bob, you're supposed to be a steward, and you've got... I come on to play as him, so we can at least do something decent with him. We're going to leave it there for today. I feel like this was fairly successful. We've taken back North Valyria. We've started to colonize some of the broken provinces of mainland Valyria here. Just got to bide our time until we can take out Marine Yunkai, and then I think we'll actually start building our own personal kingdom up here in the Dothraki, well, in the plains, in the steppes there, where there's nothing ready to see besides some fields, so we'll build our own custom empire. I really like the idea, someone gave me on Discord, of having the outer provinces have nothing but castles and garrisons, and then the inner provinces being filled with nothing but cities. That sounds really fun, so I might aim to do something like that. Something that represents more of a realm, rather than just, because it doesn't really make sense that this one would have one castle, one city, one temple, one castle, one city, one temple. Would make more sense if the outside of your empire was more well defended to fight up against threats. So I might do something like that. That's a cool idea. Thank you all for watching. Let's leave that one there, and I'm going to give a shout out to all of the insane top tier level patrons making the series possible, including Big Dick Timmy, Tom Terry 18, Harik, Lucas Holting, Sean Thornton, Laurus, Haydog, Sidini, Necrophil, and Asuna Kirito, Fakuna Vasquez, I'm the Lizard King, Josh Lindeen, Tesla, Michael Mullen, Tyler Birch, Travis Presley, Logan Thorne, Conspired C, Orcswolf, Average Gamer 419, Escape, Crosis, Vacuous Backers, and Tim Bragg. Holy shit, I think I had it today. I think I kept up with it. And a big shout out as well to Nathaniel Lindbergh, Euphrates, Jimmy, Quasar Fox, Jack Allen, Gabriel Van Der, Llewellyn Thomas, Nathan Flores, Joran De Vries, Don Connie 217, Zet McDougall, Joseph Beard, Jordan Campbell, Harry McGowan, Will Wade, Chris, Sir Thor the Swede, The Sage, Asero, Nick, Fraser, Brennan, Kevin Saunders, Betimus Max, The Insane Pickle, Adam Person, Igor Kozak, Haji Dumar, Noah Gallimore, Panther Pearl, and Alpha Scuff.